Scott Brown was asked a simple question and he gave a simple answer. Welcome back to Fog Football. Of course, Scott Brown was on punditry duty during Celtic's emphatic 3-0 win over Dundee. Trevor Carson, gifting Celtic 3 points. Absolutely, that's what went down yesterday on Boxing Day. If it was a boxing match, Trevor Carson lay down. It's pretty much that simple. The guy was shocking. But let's talk about Scott Brown first, because I think as a pundit, the guy's mince. I can accept better, opposition pundits against Rangers. I can. You know what? As much as I dislike Chris Sutton, I think as a pundit he is quite good. But with Scott Brown, it just seems to be like one level with him, and it's the obsessed level. And I think it just sums up his answer here. And when asked, what do you think's going to happen in the Old Firm? Oh, but around Scott Brown, we can't call it the Old Firm. We've got to call it the Glasgow Derby in case Scott Brown shaves his hair off and pretends to be a hard man and will try and square up to anybody that calls it the Old Firm because he's a fanny. He said, not a problem. Not a problem. Win. Celtic win, not a problem. And he said it with a cheeky smile on his face. This is the same club 2 games ago. Their arse was on the verge of collapsing because they'd lost to Kelly and then Hearts. I don't think you will find... obviously there is some Celtic fans out there that I think they'll win. There's some Rangers fans out there that I think they'll win no problem. But for me, I think it's a very hard game to call. I think if it was Ibrox, I think it would be a Rangers win, not a problem. Because I think all the momentum is with Rangers. Celtic have turned it around in the last 2 games. But yeah, I'm not convinced by that Celtic team. And I know Carter Vickers, there could have been potential that he's out, but it looks like it's just a bit of tightness in his leg that it could come back to him. Both teams struggling with injuries, I guess. But Rangers I think if it was getting down to a bit about injuries, I think Rangers would be winning that one. Then he asked the host, Big Barbour, oh, what about you? Because apparently she's a quote-unquote Hun. Even though I'm pretty sure she supports St Johnstone. But here, she didn't ask. She's like, I'm just here to present it, Scotty too, Bruni. I'm just here to present it. Which he didn't exactly take too well. But yeah, what do we think about Scott Brown saying this? Not a problem. Chance for Celtic wins. Do we think it won't be a problem for Celtic? Do we think Celtic will win the game comprehensively? I don't know. I think to say not a problem, considering Celtic's form going into this game, is not good. Let's not pretend that it is. Rangers, since Clement came in, couldn't really ask for much more. Now, yeah, there has been a few drop points here and there, especially in the Europa League, but we topped the group anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Drawing against Aberdeen was really poor in the league, but he's 16 games undefeated, and he's turned some shite players into decent players. Celtic, on the other hand, it was meltdown city before these last 2 games, and if you look at it on paper, they've beat the worst team in the league, and then they've beat the newly promoted team. Right here, wins are wins in football, but I'm not bricking the Old Firm anymore since these 2 games Celtic have played, because I expect them to beat Livingston and Dundee. I tell you what, if they lost those 2 games on the bounce and then dropped points in these 2 games, would Brendan still be even in a job? It'd be debatable, but all I know is Rangers play out at Ross County tonight, and that's a must win. So, Brian, get the tattoo back on your leg, son.